Hello and welcome back to the Three of the Best podcast. Today we're joined by Milan, Toby and Ethan, and we've got Rob in the corner doing editing duties, doing camera duties. This week we are going to go through the Champions League fixtures. There's been some last night, there's certainly some big ones later tonight, and obviously the second leg will be coming next week as well, so we're going to have a look forward to that, as well as Arsenal's run into the Premier League title. Chase is on, I have to say, and we're going to make sure Toby doesn't get too far ahead of himself, as he is an Arsenal fan. But let's kick straight off with it then. Spurs is probably the biggest talking point of last night. They lost 5-2 away at Atletico Madrid. You can't really be surprised that they lost the game, but the manner in which they lost the game is certainly surprising, Milan.
Yeah, honestly, I watched the game. It's just a bit of an embarrassment, really. Although you look at the goalkeeper at the time, Kinski. He got brought off after how many minutes? 17 minutes.
17, I think like that.
It was just a bit sort of you feel for him that situation, but it's the whole result was just a bit of a car crash. I'm quite honest with you.
It's kind of epitomises Spurs at the moment, how rotten they are, what the state they're in, Ethan.
Yeah, it does. I don't know who's going to help them. Who in this right mind can come into this club and save them from? How many have they lost in a row now? It's been loads.
Since the City game where they drew 2-2, I just think it's been like 7 or 6 consecutive games.
I can't help but say, I am a little bit surprised they lost that 5-2 because in the Champions League it's different, isn't it?
They were fourth.
I thought they'd put up a bit.
League.
Yeah, I thought they'd put up a bit of a fight, but
they've got less to lose in that respect. Yeah,
exactly. Less to lose. Just go out there, play your football, and I was struggling to learn why Igor Tudor decided to put out that lineup. He started with a back three. All right, fair enough, but just the players he had starting.
But also Kinski, why would you start someone like him when you've got Vicario who's been proven all season?
This is the thing. The fans have been calling out for it for so long, and I feel like it's such a strange decision. Obviously Vicario has not been great, but why would you make the decision in such a big game for the club? It's one of the games that is left that they can at least have a little bit of freedom. Just why not give it all the lot in this one? But they just play Kinski and it just doesn't work out. It's not entirely surprising.
I kind of see why they played him in a way, because Vicario has been so underwhelming recently, and Kinski, when he did come in, he played quite a bit last season actually, and he did all right. But then I think you've got to look past Kinski as well. I think there's other positions where you just think, why on earth would they play in this lineup? Matthias Tell out on the left there, Charles in the middle, and Kolo Muani on the right. Those are three players that haven't actually played much starting together this season.
I still don't understand.
It's always going to be a car crash.
How do you think Solanke should have been given a go last night, Toby? Do you think he's one of them players that he's back from injury now? He's goal proven. Should he be starting games like that?
Well, I know that Kolo Muani's been playing quite a lot under Tudor. For example, he's not been that bad either. In relative terms, because obviously Tottenham as a whole haven't been doing that good. So probably Solanke should be, because he's also, I think, didn't he score in his last 3 Champions League appearances?
I think so.
And he scored last night. Yeah.
So he's got output for them.
Yeah, he's got good finish last night as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think the keeper should have done a bit better.
Yeah. And both keepers had absolute stink last night. You were saying before we came on about the pitch and how that plays a part. I know obviously Arsenal fans can say about the weather and stuff like that, but it wasn't the weather last night. How do you feel that played a sort of an impact on the game? Because apparently it's been spoken about before with Atletico Madrid and with other games. It was Copa del Rey and other games.
It was Barcelona. They just there's a lot of. It seemed very, very watered, the pitch last night. The way the ball travelled. You saw Van der Ven slip for the third
second
goal.
Yeah.
And I think Kinski slipped to the first one, didn't he? And even maybe the weight of the pass could have altered why he had that horrendous mistake for the third goal. Atletico Madrid are known to use sort of tactics like that. They've done it before. They had a whole big thing about the weight of the grass, how tall the grass was back in the day and all that stuff. So, and Barcelona complained about it previously this season. So
yeah,
it's quite likely there was some dirty tactics.
Yeah, dark arts certainly plays a factor when you're in that stadium. On the whole, then that whole Kinski situation was brought off obviously after 15 minutes roughly. How do we make of that? So Tudor was attacked by Joe Hart. I remember in the game about how he obviously as a keeper he can sympathise with Kinski's situation. Do you think it's way too cruel to be taking him off straight after he has that mistake? Obviously, he made 2 mistakes, albeit it's not entirely his fault. Van der Ven made a mistake. Is that too harsh? Should he be given the whole 90 to at least be given a chance to recover, and it's such a blow for his career.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is harsh, and I guess that is professional football. Playing in such a big game as the Champions League knockout stage is like, you got to be cruel to be kind, to be fair, but you don't do that to a keeper because it just ruins their confidence. I remember something like this happening with Moise Keane at Everton. He got subbed on against Man United, and 10 minutes later he was subbed back off, and that was his Everton career done essentially. Like, I can't really see much way back for Kinski now, because even now his chances were limited anyway. He got that game yesterday, a hard game, messed up within 20 minutes. I can't see a route back into him now.
No. I mean, to be fair, I saw his debut. I was giving a ticket.
Is it Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool. And I went to that game.
Played well.
And it was fantastic. Yeah. And it's games like that where he was able to revel. Yeah, he does.
But it's the atmosphere at Spurs. It's going to be difficult for any player to come in and do a job.
Oh,
he's a top class player. It's just a shame that I think they probably should have just left him on. I think he's been started, so he should finish the game. But
you don't sub a keeper, man.
It's like,
then it just shows a massive lack of confidence, not only on the player, but what the player's going to feel.
It also shows how Igor Tudor, he doesn't have much relationship with these players. I've just been, the way I watch it full time, and he's trying to console the players.
He's thinking more tactically than management.
There you go. His man managing isn't as good as let's say Liam Rossini or something like that. His managing is much better.
I mean, it's not more. It's not more of a friendship there.
It's the balance between like a player's feelings or like the outcome of a game.
You know
what I mean? It's like over the long term.
You can be tactically really good, but if you don't have that man managing, then
there's no relationship there, is there?
Exactly.
Because it's almost like to him they're just figures and statistics, whereas I think like you said, Liam Rossini, or your people who have a better man management skill, they just seem to understand the players and think about that confidence behind their and their mentality and stuff like that, rather than just I'll take him off because he's been playing quite bad or whatever.
Let's go on to that man Tudor then, because he's a man under a lot of scrutiny, and it's quite a commodity for managers coming into that Spurs job to be under a lot of pressure. And I know Toby will know this quite well, given the rivalry that he's had with Spurs for a long time. I have to say this. I'm going to probably directly address this to the camera, honestly. If you're a Spurs fan, I have to say, what are you doing? What are you doing in this club? Because I feel like, there's been so many cases where you've got managers in and there's been absolute characters the whole time. And it's just, there's no groundness there. I think we look back at what Ryan Mason was there for. They brought in a guy who's grounded with that club for the EFL Cup final a few seasons back. And it was a suicidal decision. But if he's brought in, or someone more grounded, if you bring in someone grounded like Harry Redknapp or someone like that, that is not even a bad idea at this point. And I feel like Spurs have gone from manager to manager, have just had personality after personality, who have just played and just sort of characterised a really sort of negative and toxic atmosphere. You think about Conte, you think about Ange, they always go back into the press and say something bad about the club in the end. Do you feel like it's time for someone like Harry Redknapp? It's time for someone like, I've seen rumours about Glenn Hoddle even being interested in the role.
Oh my God.
I mean, obviously it's not.
That's a step backwards. I think.
But how is it? I mean, you look what United have done. All right, Carrick, albeit has some coaching experience, but he's someone who understands that team and understands what the players are going for. Spurs have had manager personality after personality, and have just been, it's been turmoil because there's no level-headedness. There's no understanding, there's no coherence between player and manager.
I get what you mean, but if they were to make a managerial change, it has to be now when they've got time.
No, exactly.
When they had Ryan Mason as interim, that was before a cup final. They sacked Mourinho because all that stuff with the Super League.
I don't understand why they sacked Mourinho.
It was because of the stuff with the Super League. He disproved it. He didn't want to do it. They brought Ryan Mason in right before a cup final. However, if you're going to replace Igor Tudor now, after he's not been there for a while, you've got to do it now. You can't wait until the end of the season and give the manager 3 games. You've got, as you said, give it to someone who knows the club. But I reckon someone like Ange Postecoglou knows the club enough to come back and get the passion back and optimism back.
Again, I don't understand.
That I just feel like that contributes to the Spursy mindset. You know what I mean? They bring back a guy who finished them 17th or whatever it was.
But he won them the European
Cup. They won the European League, but it doesn't scream like a decision that seems level-headed.
I think the fans would be on board.
Would you have sacked Ange if he'd have finished, let's say, it was either 16th or 17th, but won a Europa League, and you're the Spurs board, would you have sacked him?
I wouldn't. At that time, before he got sacked, I would not have sacked him at all. Because
I think after doing all this like trophy parade and everything like that, would you have gone, do you know what, actually, you finished 16th or 17th, whatever, but even though you won our first trophy, albeit a European trophy as well, Would you still sack him? Probably not.
No.
So what's
because
going
you need
on
to build on
board?
that positivity.
It's the board, not the managers. I don't think sometimes.
And I think
I agree with that.
Spurs have been starved of that positivity so much, and I feel like after that Europa League win, surely they should have built on that and not let it, not have a change of leadership straight away, because that just completely rocks the ship and splits the fan base. What do you think about it?
Also, I think you have to look into why, other factors as to why Spurs finished 17th. It wasn't just because of Ange's tactics or whatever. Obviously, they had horrendous injuries last season. They were playing that Archie Gray at centre back, and it was not going well for them. So I think there's other factors as to why they did so poorly. And even this season as well, Maddison's out for the entire season. Kulusevski's not played at all. These are the players that they really, the fans at least really see as their sort of pillars of their team, and they've just not been there. So I think there's other factors as to why they've done poorly, but they should never have sacked Ange, in my opinion.
But do you think, as a whole, boys, do you think they need to get rid of Tudor effective immediately?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's at a stage where there's... Sorry.
No. I'm just...
Sorry,
I saw Toby's initial reaction.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
No, go on. Go on.
Me, all right. I don't know, because at this point, another shake-up, that could just be it. I think right now you need someone who... I think he was the wrong appointment. Don't get me wrong, but... We're 10 games to go in eight games to go. Sorry, in the Premier League. They're out of all the cups now. Essentially, is it really the time to now make the players have to learn a new system again and just let something try and work? There
needs to be belief, though. I feel like that's got to be the counter argument to that, because at the moment they're going to be absolutely on their haunches. There's nothing positive about this team
that Igor Tudor has given to the Spurs team. I think he's got to go.
That clip of him, sorry, I just spouted it. That clip of him where he's telling Van der Ven to get up, and he just doesn't. He looks at him, he doesn't even acknowledge him, and he's got, "Oh, what are you doing?" That was his first game as well. That was his first game in the North London derby, where everyone expecting a bounce back or something to show. And there's nothing there, and that's the thing. I think so. That's why, even though it seems laughable because he's been out of a job for so long, Harry Redknapp would just be such. I feel like it makes so much sense to me.
I don't make any sense.
I saw a report the other day. I don't know how true this is, but Spurs hierarchy are looking at Sean Dyche.
I don't even blame them.
I would love.
They might even do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
But that's the brave decisions they need to make, because if they don't make these decisions,
work better, to be honest with you.
He's not leaving Everton, mate.
If they don't make these decisions, it's going to come back to bite them. If they ended up getting relegated, that is absolutely huge. I mean, in so many ways.
Eddie, so you would take Harry Redknapp now?
If I was a Spurs fan, I think a lot of people would agree with me when I say they would.
I agree with Eddie.
They want someone.
Well, you think they'd take Harry Redknapp?
Yeah, this is a man who took them to the Champions League when he was.
But you would take Harry Redknapp as a Spurs fan. You would go instantly. You go, do you know what?
No, not instantly. I'd look at other options. But if it was Harry Redknapp, someone who knows the club, can proper get a lot of workload out of the players. Final 10 games. This is serious time.
There's a reason why he doesn't manage anymore.
The fans can get behind someone like that. They can't get behind someone like Tudor, who doesn't know the club. He's been brought in
Who did he manage
so desperately.
I think Tudor managed Juventus.
Marseille.
No, I'm talking
Marseille,
about,
I think.
Harry Redknapp.
He's been out of a job for ages, but that's not the point. I mean, they just need someone.
Was it Birmingham? He was trying to keep Birmingham.
He was on I'm a Celebrity.
After much sooner than he managed.
That was his last win.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
Birmingham. That's right. 2017.
Wow.
And then before that, he managed Jordan. So
I mean, obviously it's outlandish, but I feel like it has to happen.
I know what you mean.
Something like that has to happen. Yeah, easily.
That's crazy. That
it's mental. Well, let's move on. Then. The other game last night. Well, I forgot there was 2 games, weren't there, last time? I won't look at Rob too deeply when I talk about Liverpool, but they did lose to Galatasaray 1-0 last night. On the whole, I didn't watch the game, but it sounded like they were very much on top Liverpool for most of it. But Galatasaray just in the end could just finish their dinner. Ethan.
Yeah, I watched part of the game, the first half, and from what I could gather, the first 15 minutes or so, Liverpool were on top. Galatasaray defence did look shaky, and that's something I've heard this season. Apparently, they have been very shaky at the back. However, it was one of them where the minute they go up the other end, they can take their chances. They've got some good players there. That Gabriel Sara, is it? I think he came from Norwich. They got obviously Victor Osimhen, Mario Lemina. Yeah, he took his goal well. So they've got a lot of firepower up in attack. So Galatasaray did play well. Looks like they deserved it. And it's going to be a good game. The second leg,
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if they turned it around, though, would you, Toby? Like,
No, I think Galatasaray is a very tough place to go to. I think they have one of like the craziest sort of like atmospheres of the stadium. I think there's like a record somewhere about like decibel
ultras,
level
aren't
or
they?
something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And obviously they got Noah Lang in January as well. He's a good player, and Leroy Sané's out there as well. Like they have.
You forget about all those players.
Yeah.
Like Mertens as well is there.
And don't forget Davinson Sanchez at centre back.
what a player! What a
Spurs could do with him right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't even put it past
Who's
him.
their goalkeeper as well now?
Oh, is it? It's not.
He was good last night.
Who was that?
I can't remember who it is.
Keeper.
He was good last night. He made some good
I'll have
saves
a
from
look, I'll have a
like
look.
Birds and that. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Line up. Galatasaray. It was Kakir. Who's that? I'd never heard of him, but 8.8 on FootMob. So
Well, that
the stats don't lie.
Sign him up.
Yeah.
Because they were
Well,
going trying to get Edison as well, weren't they, at one point?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
he went
He went
Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce,
didn't he?
yeah.
To be fair, Pieface got a better football rating than Kinski last night. So that's what I'm saying. The stats don't lie.
One thing I will say though about the Galatasaray Liverpool game though, second leg. How many times have you seen Liverpool lose the first leg away in like Barcelona or something, and then they come back when they need it under pressure?
I mean, they're
Second
playing
leg,
Anfield as well. Second leg.
and if they get an early goal, I can see them absolutely wiping
That's not
Galatasaray
over.
away.
That's
Yeah.
But as they should. They
Yeah,
should.
it should be like that.
They
Of
should
course,
be, they should have
they've
won
got
the
a
first
£500
leg.
million team. They should
But-
ease through.
Yeah, exactly. This whole thing of like, hopefully they get it back. It's like they shouldn't be losing in the first place, should they?
I
They
saw
should-
Slot wasn't very happy with the ref yesterday. But it's like
he can't complain.
he
He's been
can't,
dying.
He didn't score. He didn't score a single goal
What are your
yesterday.
thoughts on the handball though? Do you think that was?
The goal that
fairly
Liverpool
disallowed?
scored, the
Well,
goal-
both of them. 'Cause the Galatasaray offside was also really.
I didn't
close.
really see it perfectly, but it did look like Konate pushed his hands into it.
Yeah.
So
Should have a word on Kanate, by the way, because what on earth was he doing?
absolutely
that game?
dire yesterday.
That
Dire.
that
The
disallowed
offside
goal.
shouldn't have been disallowed by the way.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that's that being a point, but also, what was he doing? It was like he was like half falling over. But I need to watch it again. But it was just so
He lost his
uncharacteristic,
balance, tried to get it back, and lost it completely.
and also has lost
Did you hear
all
that
sense of aura.
Madrid were trying to get him at the start of the season. Seen how bad he's been this season and gone. Do you know what we actually?
John Duolingo.
I do rate him. I think
Duolingo.
I think he's a really good player, but it's just had one of them poor seasons where I think he's seen the hype and it's all gone to him a bit too much.
Pressure. Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
think that he's not had that stability. I don't think Van Dijk's been as good this year. He's not had
No,
that stability
exactly.
next to him. And
He's getting older, isn't he,
you
though?
look
That's
at-
the
you look
thing.
at any good defender, like they need another.
Yeah,
constant
how old's Van
centre back
Dijk
next
now?
They do.
33,
34, I think.
33, 34.
What's
something
that?
Van Dijk's 34 now.
Yeah, he's getting on a bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is getting on. The other game last night, I'm going to gloss over Liverpool because it wasn't too much of a big talking point. Newcastle was the other game, and unfortunately for Toby, his bet didn't come off because he was going to win 55 quid if Newcastle saw out the 1-0 win. But Harvey Barnes' goal was cut out. Usually he's the one who's equalising, not the one who's opened the scoring. But it was Lamine Yamal who had a last kick of the game penalty to bring it back to 1-1 going to it's not the Camp. It's not Camp Nou. What's the replacement
It's
stadium?
Camp Nou now.
Is it Camp Nou?
Back
It's
to
Camp Nou.
Nou,
Oh, they're back at Camp Nou. So I would say given the performance as a whole, we watched the game. Newcastle were probably dominant, but you'd say Barcelona would come away from it very much happier. Yeah.
Because that's Newcastle, St James's Park. You saw it when they smashed PSG there a couple of years ago. It is a tough place to go, and if you avoid a loss there going into the second leg at your home stadium, you're in a very good position. I think Barcelona will be very happy with that.
I think they're so lucky, to be honest with you.
Barca,
Yeah,
no, they are.
so lucky. But one thing I really do hate is seeing this massive glaze of Lamine Yamal after he scores a last-minute penalty. Like 4-3-3, and Fabrizio Romano just absolutely.
In all fairness,
just-
it was a penalty though.
No, it was a penalty,
yeah,
but
from Malik Chow.
everyone's now going, "Oh, he's been amazing, Ballon d'Or," and it's like, mate, he's just scored a penalty against Newcastle. It's like, your average Everton player or West Ham player can do that, in the week. Do you know what I mean? It's
Not
like,
plus.
He's not. Well, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy what wearing the crest of Barcelona or Real Madrid can do to a player, like the hype around a player, because you see it so much for Mbappe, even when he's not fully on it. You'll see, Vinicius Junior when he scored the winner against Dortmund in the 2024? Was it the few finals back at Wembley?
what you saying about
And Rio Ferdinand saying Ballon d'Or.
I watched that recently again, and I was like, I'm so happy he didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
It's
happy.
it's brilliant. I mean,
It's a beautiful moment because you just think he's such a hostage, and
yeah, there was such a reason. I can give him that. I mean, we'll get on to the game tonight. He needs to be the main man tonight for this game against City, which we will move on to in just a moment. But how do you rate Newcastle's chances away now? It's quite a difficult task. I mean, 1-1. Do you not give him a chance, Toby?
No,
I give them a chance. I think they'll go for it. They've got nothing to lose. Might as well, because they're not going to be in Champions League next season. So just go all out. I think the manager should tell them to play.
But they rely so heavily on that sort of home sort of fortress. Like even in the league, like their record away from home is not great.
I found it interesting they didn't start Anthony Gordon as well last night.
Yeah, well,
it's baffling.
I mean, they played well last night. Like Osula was doing all right for them last night. Also, he's got a great goal against United.
That's quality,
a couple weeks back last game. But I just think Barca are going to have just the majority of the ball, the majority of possession. They're going to have more chances. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but I think Barca will go through.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's move on to the 3 games tonight then. We have 3 more. I'd say 3, 4. Oh, well, 4. Well, yeah. I'm going to gloss over whatever the other game is. I can't actually remember what it is. The one that doesn't involve a Premier League team. The other 3 Premier League teams in action tonight obviously are City, Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal travel to Leverkusen at 5:45. What? We have to censor Ofcom guidelines. We're going to keep it explicit, Rob. Sorry, Rob was just giving me a message there. City, Chelsea and Arsenal in action. Arsenal away at Leverkusen, 5:45. City away at Real Madrid at 8. And I think Chelsea away at PSG, am I right in saying? I believe. I think they finished top 8. Well, who knows? But they're still playing PSG tonight nonetheless. We'll start with City. It's on paper at the moment. Madrid's team is very understaffed, we can say that. A lot of injuries at the moment. Do you think that will be the telling touch tonight? Any guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I genuinely think it's for the City game. I don't think Real are going to be much of a threat, to be honest with you. I think they've got 7 players injured at the moment. I wholeheartedly believe we should absolutely have this game in the bag. I mean, we know we're at Real, aren't we? But at the same time, I'm thinking we've gone there and done it before. Real aren't in the best of form. They're missing 7 players. We're in an okay sort of form, but I feel like we'll show up. I feel like against Real, and we're in okay form. We always sort of like do.
You play well against them, don't you? And with Mbappe, Bellingham and Rodrigo missing.
It's Rodrigo, Mbappe, Bellingham, Ceballos, Militao, Alaba, Carreras all out for this game.
Which is, for me,
and that's quite a list.
Yeah, that is big.
And it's quite well-rounded in terms of the
It couldn't have come at a better time, and especially with the first leg being at Real. It's perfect for us, really. But if we don't capitalise on that, we might as well just not try at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, we should easily just jump on that chance.
I mean, we come into it in good form. I think that Newcastle result on the weekend was absolutely huge for us.
It was needed because it's now giving us that extra boost to just go and come into that next game and go, right, we're going to take this game.
And we played our second team. Haaland wasn't even in the squad. Cherky featured for like a few minutes.
Savino scored a lovely goal, didn't he?
Well, I mean, in fairness, I absolutely slander Savino all the time, and everyone thinks he's awful. But to be fair to him, he played a good game on Saturday, and he won man of the match, I believe, as well. So fair play to him.
Did he actually win man of the match?
He actually did.
Can you imagine if he went to Spurs in the summer? It was like 7.
I would have loved that. That would
be so funny.
I mean, we'll say this all now. I'd probably score a winner in the Champions League final if we get there.
If he did that, you know what? I'd take it all back.
In the Carabao Cup, I'd love that. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens for him. But it wasn't too bad. We played our second team. Like, we had Marmoush out and he played brilliantly. He absolutely owns Newcastle at the moment.
He scored 2, didn't he?
He scored 2. Second goal was fantastic.
And how he didn't get man of the match, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Savino's just too good, mate.
That's happened. Was just too good.
I love how it just hit him, and everyone's like waiting for the state, waiting. What the hell's just happened? And he just wheels off like he's just scored the best goal of all time. I absolutely love that. It's fantastic. Anyway, we'll see what happens on that one. It's a bit of a poxy game. It always is. Real Madrid City. I don't know how you're feeling about it. What's your prediction?
I reckon 3-0.
Go on, Toby.
3-0 or 3-1.
3-1, okay.
To Madrid?
To us.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Go on, Toby.
With any luck, anyway.
So I'm between a 2-1 City or a 1-0, because I just think Bernabeu is still a tough place to go. City obviously can do it, but it depends on how Madrid feel on the night.
Yeah, I think this will be a tough one to predict because, when both teams show up, they're going to be so hard to cancel each other out. But I think I'm swaying with a Man City. I'm going to go with 2-1 Man City.
Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was a bit ASMR. Let's go on to Arsenal then, because Toby is here for a reason. Away at Leverkusen and certainly in the driving seat in the league. How are you feeling at the moment?
Nervous, very just terrified. Like if we win every game by an own goal nowadays, I do not care. All right, just get everything home. You know, at this point, we just got to win our games and just hope we can get over the line. Tonight, I think I'm hoping we can do a bit of a good sort of get a few goals in the tie. Like hopefully like a 3-0 or a 4-0 would be lovely. So then we can sort of rotate for the second leg because. Especially in the league right now, Arsenal and City are both in so many competitions, so many matches for all of them. They just got to try and rotate the squad as much as they can, and hopefully we can go out there tonight and just sort of play a bit more relaxed next week, so that we can be ready for the Carabao Cup final.
I mean, I see I see what you mean about how that's going to play out tonight. I feel like you will probably get quite a landslide win, but. Do you feel it's quite a comfortable? There's a lot of problems with Arsenal in this sort of sense. Do you think the sense is this on paper looks like a comfortable draw? Leverkusen obviously they've had their moments, but on paper it seems you can take this one back to the Emirates quite comfortably. Do you think there's a danger in that sense though for these Arsenal players because they just maybe will just overlook a team like Leverkusen?
I don't think so. Like we know, especially in the Premier League at the minute, you can't do that. Like any team can hurt you. Like Wolves did to us. Like Forest did to City. Any team has the ability to go out there. I think that we play much better in the Champions League as well. Like I think our style, it suits it a lot more. For example, like corners.
Just set pieces in general.
Yeah, I think set pieces. The Premier League is such a big talking point. It's so hyper focused in the Premier League. Everyone now is developing their own set pieces and everything. Whereas Europe is, I feel like we can dominate a bit more from set pieces. Like you look at the Bayern game earlier on this season, we scored we scored from the corner. That's how we opened the scoring, and then the last goal was just a bit of a panic. But and the Atletico Madrid game, we dominated them from set pieces as well. Like it's a very
prime ramble.
It's but I don't like I said.
No, but let's go game with
him. We win as long as we win. So
do you think you can make? Right, it's obviously it's a big question. I know you'll probably feel nervous about it. Do you believe that this team can do it? And don't give me a Papa Pinkas answer that says, Arsenal, I believe in you. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
We should be in the final this year.
You should.
We should be.
I think Arsenal have a very good chance of winning it.
Don't say that because you're scared.
I know I'm scaring myself here, but
I think we should.
You should with the amount of teams that you're going up with the teams that you're going up against.
When you get through, it's Bodo Glimt or Sporting.
From our side of the bracket, in my opinion.
That's in the semi, isn't it?
Beat Barcelona. Barcelona will meet them in the semis if we do. I think we beat Barcelona quite comfortably.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about Barcelona. Don't let this come back to bite me. I don't want to hear this.
Well, we'll shift away from it. I
think you should be in the final. They should be.
I think on paper, there's a lot of bracket talk.
There's a lot of factors, like, for example, we're in every competition. We might have, hypothetically, I think if we lose Declan Rice, that's our season.
Oh, yeah. That could be pivotal.
Got a big game on Saturday against the mighty Everton as well.
Oh yeah, don't bottle, please.
Ethan, take one for the team and just
come on, Ethan.
crop Declan Rice. Just take him out.
Run onto the pitch.
Bro, go on, I'll get you a ticket.
Vinny's going to snap Audrey tonight, It's
fine. Let's shift our focus to the league then quickly on Arsenal because there's another question that I should be asking you. Do you think you can actually pull it off?
Yeah, I think we can. It's whether we will.
It's whether we actually will.
You know what I mean? I think we've got an easier run in. I think City this year aren't as scary.
Well, not as formidable.
I would say I think both teams are going to drop points from now until the end of the season.
Interesting.
It's just a matter of
at what point.
At what point, and basically what the narrative is. Because if you after the Forest game, everyone was going, "That's the title done." It's like, no, it's not.
I feel like it is.
8 games left.
No, it's not.
Arsenal
I left that.
Have a lot of tough games to play.
But
a lot of banana peels, you know what I mean?
It's moments like that though, because I feel when I was at the game with my dad, we had that last chance where I think Murillo cleared off the line, and the whole stadium would absolutely collapse if Savino put that away, but obviously he did. It's Savino.
Absolutely beautiful. The scenes would
have been it did. I felt that because the silence after obviously there's a lot of jokes you can make. The silence after the final whistle went. It was like ghostly, bro. I swear. I just fell back in my seat, and my dad was like, "Well, unlucky, mate." Well, no, it's not unlucky, mate. He's a City fan too, but it felt rough. I just don't know how to feel about it.
Can I ask you a question,
Eddie?
Are you scared of Arsenal?
I'm scared of the prospect of Arsenal. I'm not scared of Arsenal.
No, but you know what I mean? Are you scared of coming up against them?
No.
If it came to a Champions League final and we were against Arsenal.
You've got them in the league.
This is the thing. If we'd won against Forest, it would have still been in our hands, I feel. And I feel we got that game in hand against Palace. I think we would have entered the mode of, right, we've got it in our hands. We just got to turn up against Arsenal and hope they don't play for a point again.
Even if you beat us and then beat Palace in your game in hand,
yeah, now it doesn't matter.
It's a 1 point gap.
Yeah, it's a 1 point gap, but so you can't even draw. So that's still, if you drop points by
and we will
drawing.
So
but that's
I don't
that's
know
the point,
though,
isn't it? Because it's banking on. Let's say we won our game in hand and we beat you.
Yeah.
Even though there's a 1 point difference, it's basically saying that you won't draw or lose in 8 games, and it depends, will you?
Let's have a look at them.
I think we will. So.
Let's have a look at these games then. I want you all to point out a game where Arsenal could drop points, right? So their remaining fixtures are, if I make sure I do this right, Everton at home, obviously. We've got the Champions League, that's irrespective. We're going to ignore the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Bournemouth at home, City away, obviously, but that could...
I don't think we lose that.
I don't think.
No, but there's a chance, right? There's a
we go
chance.
there and we play 10 at the back.
Harambe, yes.
Yeah.
Newcastle at home. You'll probably be all right. Fulham at home. West Ham away, who are obviously fighting for survival. Yeah. Burnley at home, and they'll probably be dead and buried by then. And the last day, you have Palace away, which isn't easy. No. But then again, they're very much got down and out this season.
Whoa. I'm sort of hoping that we might have the title wrapped up by Palace away.
I just can't. I don't want to think about it.
No, mate. You're going to drop points.
I think we will drop points. I do think we will.
Just realise it now. You're not going to win the Premier League tonight, mate.
Which game do you see happening, though? Apart from City, if that's a prospect.
What game do I see where Arsenal drop points?
Yeah.
Can I give you a couple?
Yeah, a couple.
Well, it depends. It depends. It really depends, because obviously, if we are, let's say we won both our games, I think you would drop points because the pressure gets you with 1 point. I don't think you would clutch and win all of them. I can't see you doing that because that's how you'd have to do it. I think no. That's what I'm saying. That's only if we win both games. If we win both games, I see them dropping points. If we lose our game in hand or draw or whatever, or we win against them, I still think we lose a Prem. But only if we win those 2 games, do they just stop and go, they drop points. That's the only way I see it. And I see them drop points against Newcastle.
I don't think so.
No, I think I do. I think I see that.
There's a chance of it. There's a possibility of a draw. But I feel like if we drop points against West Ham this weekend, for example, and Arsenal win against Everton, it's over. It's on the same day, right? We have to respond. We have to respond. Go to West Ham after you've played Everton, albeit you might have lost, you may have drawn. If you win that game, the pressure is so much on us to win. And bless him, my little brother's going on his own. Alec, please bring it home for us, mate.
Watch us get beat 4-0.
West Ham. I just don't. I don't know how to feel. I'm just more scared out of anything, to be honest. But
so am I think.
We're both scared.
I'm not going to say Arsenal are winning the league or City are winning the league until it's mathematically impossible for one team to do the other.
Well,
I think right now
that's easy, isn't it?
I know.
We've
been here 3 times. I can't say Arsenal are going to win the league.
That's why I'm thinking if there's that 1 point gap between us, I'm saying we're going to win it because you, like every single other time, bottle it, and it's that's not your fault. It's just. I don't know. It's just ingrained in the club,
to an extent,
I guess.
I think there's obviously there's such a big narrative around the bottle and everything.
No, but you've got to understand that it's true.
It's going to get into the players. They are going to have that. In their
isn't
heads,
it already though? Isn't it already? Because you've got. I mean, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. It seems like at the moment. It seems like at the moment anyway.
I would say
I don't think it's in there.
there's 2 games that come to mind that I look at these fixtures now remaining for Arsenal that I think they could drop points. That Bournemouth game home. I think Saturday the 11th of April, half 12.
Yeah, but see West Ham relegation possibly.
And then my second game was going to be West Ham. Yeah, they're battling for that. It's a London derby. That's a tough place to go towards the end of the season when they need to.
If we lose to West Ham and it means Tottenham get relegated, it's a sacrifice we have to make.
No. To be fair, I would agree.
What did it cost? Everything.
Carefully, he's a hero.
So what? You'd rather let's be. In all seriousness here, would you rather bottle the league to see Tottenham get relegated?
No, come on, but that would be amazing.
I think.
Hang on, how we switch this? What if you win the Champions League and what Spurs get relegated? Would you take that?
If we win the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Spurs,
then you'd be okay.
I could be alright with that.
You could be alright with that. Crikey. Oh well, we'll skip the Arsenal City talk for now. Then we're going to get on to Chelsea because as much as we don't care about Chelsea, we have to talk about them at some point. They're away at PSG tonight, which obviously is a big game. It's a repeat of the Club World Cup final in which Chelsea won. I think it was 3-0, wasn't it? I'm thinking of saying it was 3-0. 4-0, was it 4-0?
Pretty sure it was 4-0.
Blimey. It's an interesting one. I don't really give Chelsea much of a sniff, really. They do have the second leg at home, which is a bit of comfort for them. But
3.
3 was 3-0.
Yeah,
Okay, I was right saying it was 3-0.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, mate, don't worry. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one, to be honest, because PSG, they can be imperious. They've shown great goal scoring talent in the group stage, or in the league phase, whatever you want to call it. I just struggle to see Chelsea coming away tonight with a win. Any of you want to?
I think it's possible for them to win, but I don't know. I feel like PSG probably just have the depth and the team for it. I think Chelsea at the moment. I mean, is Esteval out? I think he's out, isn't he?
I don't know, actually.
Not that he makes that. I mean, I'm sure he makes a difference in a way, but at the same time, I'm thinking, I don't know. They barely scraped a win against Wrexham.
Well, no.
mean?
To be fair, it's a hard place to go, especially because Wrexham are.
I realise that, but they're in the Championship. I
Yeah,
mean, come
they-
on,
and
they
they're-
barely scraped a win.
Yeah, and it's away. It's the
And you're
biggest
going to
game of
PSG.
it's their cup final. That was their cup
They
final.
weren't playing their
Wrexham.
first 11 as well. There's a lot of players there that weren't
No, but-
match
Yeah.
fit.
No,
Well, not match fit, but up to speed with.
But still, though,
Sharpness.
I still think it's like, I mean, come on. I mean, and Burnley, they drew.
I think it's going to be very reliant on individual mistakes. Like, I think.
I see what you mean there.
I think I could see a Chelsea red card shock, but no.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's-
yes,
yeah.
I see that. I see that.
No, you're right though. Individual performances are going to win or lose Chelsea this game because they've got like players like Robert Sanchez who has had a great season, but like that Arsenal game where he kept passing the ball. The one just gone, he kept passing the ball to any Arsenal player really. Like if he can have a good game, Chelsea are in a good position to get something from this game. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, but it was a tough one for a senior. Probably the biggest game you'd say.
I'd say
so far,
screamer.
I'd say so,
That's so screamer.
But Chelsea have, like, when we played Arsenal, when they played Arsenal, I don't think they were bad. I don't think they performed bad in any of those games. I think just at the end of the day, we had that edge, which was the set pieces.
Yeah.
But they also had the
coach.
individual mistakes. You look at like in the Carabao Cup, you had the Gyökeres's goal. That was Sanchez just giving it to him on a plate. Defensive errors from the corners. So I think, they're not bad in big games. I think it'll be an interesting game tonight.
Yeah, Palmer's got to turn up though. I have to say.
I don't think
He's
he'll
got
turn up either. I think João Pedro, I think he's them at the moment, João Pedro. I'd like to see.
He's
I'd like to see
in
him score.
quality form. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple tonight. Actually, I think there'll be goals in this game tonight.
Yeah, I could see a high score.
I'd like to see Garnacho screamer though. Just
all right, stop fantasising about Garnacho screaming.
Garnacho's
Is he next United? He's next
Garnacho, really?
Garnacho.
He's awful.
No, I know
Play
he is,
Nacho.
but I'd just like to see it happen to annoys United fans. That's all.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Right, let's move on to our last sort of thing we're going to do today's episode. We're going to go through the brackets and just give our overall opinion on who's getting through each one, and we'll get to the final and decide who's winning the Champions League. Let's start off with the game we were just talking about, PSG and Chelsea. Who's going through in this one? Quick answers. Go, Ethan.
PSG Chelsea. I think over the course of the two legs, I think PSG just about go through.
Did we say score lines?
No.
Oh, okay.
Toby.
PSG individual quality.
Milan.
Yeah, it's PSG, no doubt.
I'm going for PSG too. The other team that will face PSG or Chelsea will be Galatasaray or Liverpool. Ethan, who are you going for in this one?
I'm going with Liverpool.
Toby.
Liverpool.
No, I'm going to be different and say Galatasaray. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be different and go, all right, mate.
I think it's a game that Liverpool have to turn around. It's going to be Liverpool against PSG in that quarter-final. The next two brackets, the brackets that will go into the quarter-final, Madrid versus City, Atalanta versus Munich. I think we know the answer to the second round of 16 one, but we'll go for Madrid City first. Ethan, go.
For that one, I'm going to go Man City.
Toby.
City over two legs.
Okay.
Yeah, Man City.
Yeah, I was going to say second leg at home, City should be okay. I'm going to go for City as well, obviously. Atalanta Bayern. I don't even think we need to address this one.
Atalanta
Now
easy.
Remontada. What, 6-1 down? Okay, we'll see what happens.
5 next game.
Yeah, okay. So we'll say City Bayern then in the quarterfinal. The next round of games: Newcastle, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Spurs. Newcastle, Barcelona, Ethan.
Barcelona for that one.
So
Yeah, Barcelona.
He wants to be different so badly.
No, I'll say Barcelona. But if it's Newcastle, I swear to God, I'm coming back here and saying I was thinking.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if it is Newcastle, but I'm going to go Barcelona.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just playing it safe there.
All right, Barca for me too. Let's go Spurs. Do you think Remontada's on? You know,
Do you
2
remember
goals
when
in
they
it?
came back against Ajax? But they had a different
It could
team then,
happen.
didn't
It
they?
could
You know?
happen. I mean, you know, it
Shit,
depends what
Pops
belief
as
they can
well.
get in.
I think Atletico are going to win the second leg like 3-0.
Okay.
So them to go.
Atleti. Go on, Toby.
3-goal deficit, man.
Spurs.
It's too much. It's too much, surely.
It's not happening.
All right, Atleti.
Yeah, Atletico.
Atleti. I'm going to go Atleti, of course, as well. So that'll be Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. That's a tasty quarterfinal if that happens. Well, it should happen. Right. Probably the most boring 2 games you'll see ever. Bodo Glimt versus Sporting Lisbon. That's
Boring. That's gonna be
come off it, right? No one is watching Bodo Glimt Sporting Lisbon tonight. That's the one game I forgot tonight, and I forgot it for a reason, right? Bodo Glimt versus Sporting. Ethan, I've got no idea I'm going to pick in this, so just go for it.
I think Bodo are in good form. I'm going to go with Bodo Glimt for this one.
Yeah.
Toby, who do you want?
I'd rather play Sporting.
Yeah.
Just purely because I think Bodder away is a bit of a that
Yeah,
can be a bit
it's not
nerve-wracking.
great.
It's a bit cold there, isn't it?
It's a bit
Yeah, a little bit.
I think it's going to be quite a close game. Actually, I'm going to go with Bodder though.
Okay.
Overall.
Fair enough.
Yeah, same. I'm going to go with Bodo.
Okay.
I think the Arsenal fans won't cope in the cold weather. You know what they're like.
We have beaten them before.
Frail,
I would
aren't
like to see Bodo get through.
We have beaten them before in their ground.
Okay.
All right, mate, calm down.
I'll
Calm
back
down,
Bodo
mate.
only
Calm
out of.
down.
I'll back Bodo only because I want them to beat Arsenal, but they are home. I think the first game they're playing is at home, so it's not ideal for them, I suppose. But I'll give it Bodo, and then obviously Leverkusen, Arsenal, Ethan.
That one, yeah, I'll go Arsenal.
Yeah, I think I know what Toby's going to say.
Yeah, Leverkusen. Yeah, it's Arsenal.
All right, Arsenal.
The unfortunate thing is it's going to be Arsenal.
Yeah,
We're
the
gonna go
Gooners. The Gooners. Right, quarter-final 1 then. PSG versus Liverpool, as we decided as the overwhelming majority. Who's winning that one, Ethan?
This one's probably one where I'm actually really difficult to choose from, but I think PSG will just about go through, as Toby said, individual quality.
They're too much Liverpool.
It's going to be a close one.
Is that sarcastic or is that?
No, I'm being serious. I think it's going to be a close one.
It will be close.
Yeah.
I don't see it be close at all.
No, neither do I.
We don't know who's playing who first, right? Yeah, do we?
No, we won't know
So
that.
I think it's very dependent on what happens at Anfield,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with PSG. Though.
PSG, just about okay.
Sorry, I don't understand why it was so close. I think PSG are just going to batter them, to be honest with you. If they're struggling against people like Galatasaray, I feel like it's...
Yeah, Rob's saying Milan's very right there. I think from
Emoting.
he's emoting, bro. I'm gonna go PSG as well. I think that's quite a whitewash. So they're in semi-final 1. So City versus Bayern is quarter-final 2. What's that about, Ethan?
That's going to be a good game. I think, honestly, I've got no idea. Is City home first leg?
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I'd assume
It's quite.
it's weird.
It changed.
You know what? I'm going to go for Bayern for that.
Yeah, this is gonna be split in
Get out
opinion.
now,
I
mate.
think.
Get out.
All right, come on, Toby.
I think whoever wins this game probably will win the Champions League, in my opinion.
Ooh.
So my heart's telling me Bayern Munich.
Do you
I think Bayern just looks so good. They got Musiala back. Kane didn't even play last night.
That's true.
Elise is top.
Firing on all.
You go right to the very
Yeah.
top.
Didn't you batter them?
Yeah, but set pieces at home. So, yeah.
No.
It's fine. Right, come on. I think we know our answers.
I think I'm back in City all the
City.
way. Yeah.
I think I'm going City too. Which means, Rob, I think I have to might spin the mic round for you just to give an answer to decide who would put in the semi-final. Can you actually get the mic?
Should I just walk around?
No, come here, there.
Rob, say City.
Wait, what am I saying?
or Bayern in a quarter-final.
Oh, bloody hell.
You know it makes sense, Rob. Say City.
I do think it'll be City, though.
Come on.
Well, thank you. That's all we
That's
needed.
all- that's all we need
That's
to
all we
hear.
needed.
That's all we need to
That's
hear.
all we needed. So that'll be. I'm going to give City the way into the semi-final.
City, but like only
He's
just.
just trying to
Okay.
keep his job. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, your editing lines on the job, mate. Right. Right. So it was, who was it? Barcelona and Atleti in quarterfinal 3. Interesting one, this, if
see
it
it.
happens.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, we
you
don't.
first, yeah.
I have no clue for this one. I haven't watched a lot of either side all season, but you know what? I'm going to go Atletico.
Okay, go on a limb. Go on, Toby.
It's tough because Atleti beat them in the Copa del Rey over 2 legs. But I don't think that happens again. I think Barcelona will probably squeak through. Going to be close though. I think Griezmann and Alvarez and Lookman just look so good as a front.
Quality front
three,
three, really good.
So,
Yeah, tasty one.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, mate.
Well, why
Calm down, mate.
What do you mean? I'm not trying to raise up Alvarez, Griezmann, and
No.
Lookman.
Arsenal this summer anyway.
He's not doing that. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Milan.
Atletico all the way.
Let's go all
I
the
don't
way.
see. I think the hype on Barca is a bit too much here, to be honest with you. I think Atletico have just got a much more sort of composed team
Yeah.
to Barca. I think Barca, in a way, are kind of overhyped, if you ask me. Everyone thinks they're going to do so well, but as a City fan, and I think you as a Arsenal fan, you wouldn't be afraid to go up against them in the Champions League or any other day. Like, I don't see you being that afraid by them. But yeah, so I think Atletico.
I can get behind Atleti as well. I think they've got a stellar team at the moment, best they've had in years. So that's semi-final entrance one. I mean, the second semi-final. We got Bodo versus Arsenal. Come on, Ethan.
Arsenal.
If there's an upset, this is where it happens. But Arsenal.
Don't say it. Should we say Bodo? Go.
Only different is they
Nah.
Bodo. No,
Nah.
I reckon Arsenal win.
Yeah, same. I'll go for Arsenal. Simple, that one. So the semi-finals we have, in theory, will be PSG versus City and Arsenal against Atletico Madrid. There'll be some interesting semi-finals there, if you ask me. First of all, we're going to go for PSG versus City. Ethan, off you go.
I think that'll be a good game, but I just think across two legs, I could just see City making some mistake from somewhere, maybe in the home tie. I think PSG actually do make it to the final for the second year in a row.
Toby Jizzle.
There's a lot of factors because it's going to be a close one. But I think City will probably go.
Ooh, it's
Yeah.
turning the tide.
See, all the way.
Yeah, depends.
It'll be
As we
tough
say.
though. It will be really
It'll
tough.
be a very tough
Like,
game.
I'm not
It'd be a
that.
great game though.
But
It'll be
It
a
will
great
It's going to
game.
be PSG Bayern, by the way. Just want to clarify.
Yeah, I think
Just shut
it'll
up,
be
man.
PSG v Bayern in the semis. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll come back to
You
this in
can
a few
leave
weeks.
now, lads. You know, you have to stay here.
Right, I will obviously back the boys to do it. I think obviously we don't know what the variations of home and away will be, but I think we're for at home second. I don't think it matters too much, but I feel it depends. I feel like we get into a mood at some point in the season. I mean, it's a bit late to be getting in that mood now, I suppose, but it's a good time to be getting in that mood. So I'm gonna go for City. So that's final entrance one. We're gonna go for Atletico versus Arsenal now. Interesting one, Ethan.
Yeah, I think Arsenal might make the final here. I wouldn't be surprised. So I'll pick them.
So Toby's eyes light up there when Ethan said
I
that.
think if it's Atleti, I think we batter them again.
Okay.
Barcelona will be a closer game, but I think regardless of whether it's Barcelona or Atletico, we should be beating them quite comfortably.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So I think it's going to be a really tough game for Arsenal, to be fair, though.
It will be. I think it can because
I think they brought in. Did they have Lookman when you have you played them
No,
before?
we haven't.
No.
Lookman only
we
signed in
played
the
them-
summer.
We played them in October. We beat them
Yeah.
4-0.
Yeah, they brought Lookman in January.
Oh, sorry, January. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Atletico being an issue. In the latest. I'm not saying
Prime
I don't
Haywatch.
think they'll win, but I'm saying I think it could be an issue. But yeah, probably Arsenal.
I feel like
guess.
But really quickly, because we finished first in the group stage, we play all of our matches away first, then at home.
Seriously?
Yeah, because that's what Liverpool had last season. But so potentially, if we do go to the Metropolitano and don't have a great performance, there might be some issues. I will probably win that game though.
yeah,
So,
it'd be a good tie again.
we'll have to wait and see.
I'd love to see you get battered by the way.
Prime hate watch, mate. Prime hate watch. I'm going to lean on Arsenal for this one because apparently at the moment every single road in the footballing world leads to City versus Arsenal in a final or somewhat. We've got the Carabao Cup final happening in, I think it's literally next week, isn't it? Basically, isn't it? A week and a bit.
Yeah.
I'm heading over there on the Friday to come home. Come on, City. But if it was to be the makings of the Champions League final, who would you give it to? It'd be an amazing final, that.
I think PSG, not either one of City and Arsenal. I think PSG are going to win the Champions League.
You're sticking by your guns
Yes.
from the last one. Okay.
But out of City or Arsenal,
But who would you give it? Who would you say if you had to?
Man City.
yeah,
In a final, yeah, Man City.
you know, it makes sense,
See-
Ethan.
I got given a script before this.
Look, chuck 20 quid.
Yeah.
It's like Lukaku interview, bro.
Yeah. I think if it's City Arsenal, which I don't think it will because I think it's going to be Bayern Arsenal. I think Arsenal beats City. I think Bayern beat Arsenal though. Bayern are my favourites to win.
That's really interesting.
You're a confusing one, you are, Toby.
You're a confusing
You're
one.
You're a confusing one.
Yeah. Bayern are good though, man. Bayern are really good.
I don't know at all.
Even that when we played them the 3-1, it was not a 3-1. That was a very close game. So.
Well, you're going to get battered by us anyway, so don't really matter, does it?
Well, I think that's Milan's. That's Milan's mind made up.
City going to win.
Okay.
Against Arsenal.
I would obviously have to back City. I mean, I can't really give much critique here, but to be fair, it really hinges on the games that happened before that. That precede that game if it was to happen. In hindsight, I feel like it really hinges on form and the trophy's already won, and I think that could be a telling touch. But I'm gonna have to give it to City because why wouldn't I? It doesn't make sense for me to give it to Arsenal. That'll wrap it up. That was quite a long episode today. We're reaching the 50-minute mark, and it's been a really good one. I'm very happy to have had Milan, Toby, and Ethan on today, and Rob editing and doing the camera business behind all of us. So thank you very much for watching and listening. We're gonna have a few more episodes to come. Obviously, the university year is coming to a close quite soon, but we've got a few more things to do. We're going to do one more big pub quiz with hopefully James and Charlie and a few others. Milan and Ethan will be on there as well, I'm sure. And that'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll have a few more episodes. I think we're trying to get that live from the Redman TV, Ethan, hopefully.
Yeah, very soon, next couple of weeks.
It
is coming.
Yeah, and I'm also going to be starting a new series, which is sort of like a Desert Island Discs, but for football fans. So I'm getting the one and only Ian Burke on to do a little personal talk about his life and football and everything like that. So he'll be giving me his answers about if he could wear one kit for the rest of his life, what would it be? If he could watch one goal for the rest of his life, what would it be? If it was one chant he could sing for the rest of life, what would it be? I'm not to copy Desert Island Disc too much. I'm gonna have to make up an original name, but I'm sure that'll be one to look forward to. Yeah, he's a lovely guy, Ian. So that's what's to come. But thank you very much for watching and listening, and we will see you in the next few weeks. Bye bye.